A very warm welcome to Off the Rail. Night 3 is done and dusted, and wow, it's gone from USA in control to Europe. Wow, what a night. Before we get into the main bits, let's go through the scores. Jason Shaw started against Chris Reinhold, 5-2 win for Jason. Then Shaw again staying there with Filler, 5-2 win with Skylar Woodward and Tyler Stile, and then Clancy Catchy with a 5-3 win against Shane Van Boning. Then Albin and Al-Kaidi winning 5-1 against Van Boning and Tyler. Then the final match of the night, David Al-Kaidi winning 5-4 against Jeremy Jones. And look, I think it's best we just focus on that match, because I was talking to someone and I said, I think this is going to be the rack of this is the match of the tournament so far. And there was so many talking points. Kelly Fisher, talk about it. There was a lot of talking points, wasn't there?
Where do I begin? I mean, straight away we had a scrappy, you know, the balls were, nobody were going to run out, and Jeremy kicks in the one ball down the rail, you know, an unbelievable shot.
Starts with him already taking his extension right on the first one ball, and I remember thinking that's way too soon, because there was like 3-4 problems. You were in the booth, you saw it best, right?
Yeah, there was multiple problems, especially that 296 that were all clustered on the bottom rail. It flukes the one ball, and I mean, a great kick, but you know, I mean, so of course lucky to make it clean. Lands perfect on the 2, gets awkward on the 3. You know, it was just like, I don't know, everything. It was unreal. It was on the edge.
It's like a game of chess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was, personally, I think tactically it was the best rack we've ever seen at the Mosconi. I think
we were saying, weren't we, it was the best rack, didn't
If
we?
you would count it, I think they had at least 12 innings each. And they were going for 3 rail saves and for 4 rail saves and up and down and back and forth. And then Jeremy's coming with, remember that super long, he was frozen on the rail and he spun the cue ball and he hit it super and got behind the purple 5. I mean, just shots like out of your mind. And then to end it that way, where we're going next.
Right, Niels, it's the big talking point of the night. Talk us through it.
Well, basically there in the end, after this unbelievable tactical battle, David gets the first opportunity, makes the ball on the side, and inadvertently after hitting a couple of reels, he knocks the 8 and 6 together. Goes for an incredible spin shot, right? Tries to go all the way around the table, hooks himself, and then Kelly can pick it up from there because there's still so much drama left. Well,
from where he's, like you said, hooked himself, now it's got, you know, a tricky shot here, and
the kick. Kick on the 6.
He kicked it on the 6, didn't he? And that's where he leaves Jeremy.
That's where he leaves it.
The 6 that we ultimately never saw him get to shoot.
Yeah.
You know, so he's left the 6. It's a bit of a tricky 6. You know, it's not, the cue ball's close to, that's what I said in commentary, the cue ball's close to the rail. So he either has to jack up, low right spin to control that cue ball, or he has to slide it into the 8, right?
Yeah, bump the 8.
Right, bump the 8. To hold the cue ball for the 7, and he takes his time, and I don't know if he'd forgot he'd had his extension. I don't know if he just, in the moment, the nerves, but he also said, I could hear on the commentary that he thought when he asked for the cue ball to be cleaned that the time stopped and pauses and waits for that, but he does not, and he did not know that, and what a way for that.
So it's cost the match, and it could cost them the Mosconi Cup. I mean, we don't want to be critical of this guy because he didn't think he was going to play. He had a really good match against David, and Niels, it's so unfortunate, isn't it?
It's a heartbreaker. I mean, to look at Jeremy now in this event, playing this match with this crowd. I mean, the crowd was unbelievable. They're singing Sweet Caroline with 1,500 people. Jeremy's sitting there in the chair. He's got to be dying on the inside. Gets back, plays the best rack of his life, gets the final opportunity, and we've never seen him shoot the final ball. He lets the cue ball be cleaned, stands there with his hands up in the air. Time just ran out, 3, 2, 1, and everybody's mouth just fell wide open. Should he have known it? I think so.
Absolutely, especially as a team captain.
Yeah.
You know,
He spoke to Marcel, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he was nodding after, wasn't he? It was one of those things.
Yeah, well, we saw the video afterwards, after, where he actually got his hand and kind of hit his own head. So, you know, brain fart, are we allowed to say that?
We are now.
We are now.
That's for sure what it seems like it was, but no wonder under that pressure. To be honest with you, deep down, I wanted Jeremy to win that.
Yeah.
Nothing against David.
I think you're the only one there, Kelly.
Nothing against David, nothing against anything other than, you know.
Just a heroic story.
Of course, I mean, that would have been iconic, you know, and for it to end like that,
Yeah.
it's a bad taste in your mouth.
I mean, a word on Europe. Let's be fair. They've come back. They really have come back well.
Yeah, the story for me, I spoke quickly to Alex. We're both from Holland, of course, so we had a quick chat. And he said, I believe it was this morning, him and Carl had a fierce word with their team, basically saying some bad words like "get you out of your," and
Alex said to me they were complacent and arrogant the first couple of days.
exactly. I mean, that was the trap for Team Europe. Oh, Earl's not playing, Jeremy's in, a guy hasn't been playing. Let's steamroll him. Yeah. It's not going to happen. The other 4 guys were in dead stroke, right? They started, everything's working, and they put Team Europe under the gun, and they exposed Team Europe's weaknesses at that point. So they had a word with him, spoke with them like guys. Hard words were exchanged, and then Carl and Alex said, "You 5 figure it out. We're going to go." And they left it up to them 5, and they came together.
Absolutely.
They found a new gel.
It looks likely that Europe will probably wrap it up tomorrow. But Europe, I mean, America have done well a couple of the first few days, haven't they?
Listen,
Wasn't today, but
Michael, to be honest with you, anything can happen. I mean, I'm not being funny. Today we've seen a steamroll. Who's to say tomorrow it can't go the other way?
Yeah, absolutely.
mean, you know, maybe Europe win in the end. It might be close. Maybe it goes quickly and they steam ahead and take the Mosconi Cup. But it's uncertain still.
And if Europe do take it, American fans, you will be at home next year in Viva Las Vegas.
Are we going? Yeah.
Well, I'd love to go. I've only been 5 times. Yeah.
5 nights.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go on then. We'll go.
Twist my arm.
Yeah,
I'll
twist
go.
my arm.
I'll go if you want.
I mean, look, we hope it will be competitive for the final day, of course. But whatever happens, these 3 days have been great, haven't they?
Yeah, it's brought everything. I feel very privileged just to be standing on that balcony, and man, the crowd tonight was the best I've ever felt in my life. It was just amazing, man. The energy with all the songs and the singing along and the dancing contest. It's just a great feature of the event.
Absolutely.
I thought it was just fantastic.
Yeah. Roll on tomorrow?
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, the atmosphere tomorrow and all is going to be epic. If we've seen it tonight, I'm sure tomorrow's going to be equally as exciting and as good. Yeah, I'm excited. Really, really.
Well, look, Kelly, Niels, you've been fantastic commentators and co-presenters, but we've used you all week for good reason. Here's shot techniques from day 2.
Thanks, Michael. Yes, we're back up in the VIP room with Niels and Kelly looking at some of the shots from night 2 of the Cazoo Mosconi Cup. And Niels, we're going to start with this one from Skylar Woodward. It's a brilliant bank shot to get on the hill at 3-all in doubles. The tournament was 3-all as well, so a huge shot.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick, I agree. It took them a while to spot the shot. That's what was interesting about it. First they were thinking of a safety, potentially cutting it in, and then Shane at the last minute said, well, what about banking it? And the lane was actually barely open from this rail to the corner pocket. Skylar's a great banker, so let's see what happens here. The other interesting part about the shot was it was a 2-way shot, that's what it's called. So even if he misses this ball, sending the cue ball down table for potential safety in case he misses it. So a smart shot, worked like a charm, they won the game. Let's see if we can do it. First try there, happy with that one. Little further than on the TV. This table's a little more worn in. Got a shot on that 4-9. Point on the board.
And Niels, just a quick word on doubles partnerships, because you had a really good one with Nick Vandenberg for years, both at the Mosconi Cup and the World Cup of Pool, of course. And that sort of proved where good doubles partnerships work, doesn't it? Because it was Shane who noticed the spot and he said to Skylar, you can bank that. Right. And of course, Skylar did.
Yeah, sometimes the danger is over-communicating if the balls are open, but in this case it worked perfectly because they both hadn't seen that line for the bank shot opened up. So Shane gave it to Skyler. He said, hey, what about the banks? Skyler said, yeah, of course, let's do it, and it worked like a charm. Great example.
Niels, another bank shot now then. This one's excellent catchy, and there's a lot going on here, isn't there? Because there's the 4 ball to bank, you've also got to make sure you miss the 7 and get shape on the 6. So lots and lots going on. Talk us through this one.
True. As we can see here, he has a clear path to the 4. Some people might think, why doesn't he shoot it in the side? Why doesn't he shoot it in the corner? The side is so tricky, it's too small to make the ball, plus he wouldn't have any shape afterwards, no position. If he makes it in the corner, the cue ball's gonna hit the rail and float over to this side. Again, he has no shot on the 6. I like the idea what he did. He chose for the bank. Even if he misses it, the cue ball's going up and down the table for a potential safety if he misses. If he makes it, you saw what happened. He hit the 9, they had a shot on the 6 for an offensive opportunity to close out the rack. Let's see if I can replicate it.
Yeah, come on Niels, you've nailed one bank shot already. Let's see another one. Well, the ball is made.
That's not bad. In the match, he hit the 9. In this case, he probably can just clip in the 6. So I think I'm on the team again.
Kelly, next one, ball in hand for excellent catchy in doubles. It's not often you see a professional miss with ball in hand. Usually you expect to see them run out from there. There is still a lot to do on the table though, so a lot for excellent catchy to think about. I'll give you ball in hand, talk us through it.
Okay, let's have a go. All right, with ball in hand, like Nick said, you know, you don't expect the player to miss the first shot especially. In this situation here, Catchy had a few options. Now, normally you would all think the 2 ball being closest to this corner pocket, why didn't he take it into this corner pocket? That's the easiest shot as far as for making the ball. Now, yeah, he has a couple of options, but the problem is making the ball's not the problem. It's the cue ball control, getting shape onto the 3. He would have to follow with top right spin to come off 2 rails and come all the way down here. The 7's a big ball. He doesn't want to risk any of that. Plus, it's kind of awkward and it's a power shot. So he elected for, I think, the right shot for sure, which is coming to the back of the 2 ball. Now he does have a couple of options here. We can go into the bottom right pocket, we can go into the bottom left pocket. I think he chose the right shot. The only difference, from my opinion, is as opposed to where he placed the cue ball, shooting the 2 ball down here and coming off this side rail onto the bottom rail for the 3, I personally would look at going straight down, forgetting that side rail, just to make this pot a little easier. I've nothing to think about other than just making sure of the pot and following that cue ball speed all the way down to the 3. Let's see if I can do it. And there we have it. I do think by avoiding that side rail, it would make the pot easier, and unfortunately he missed it, and you know, it was a massive shot for Europe.
Big match fans' choice always at the Mosconi Cup, Kelly, and Shane Maboni here plays a really smart safety. He's shooting at the 4 ball, he uses the 8 ball as well to help him out. Just talk us through this shot.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really smart shot. Straight away, I was commentating at the time, and I'm thinking, why didn't he elect to play the 4 into the 8, that's his bumper ball, to stop the 4 and keep it safe down there? And why didn't he come up here behind these 2 balls? The thing is, in order to do that, he would have to clip the 4 ball quite thin. If he does that and it leaks out from the 8, then and he doesn't get behind the 6-7, he's potentially giving up the shot and giving the chance back over to Europe. So he played a really smart safe here. He plays it with some draw and left-hand English, comes around 2 rails, using that 8 as a block to stop that 4 ball, bringing the cue ball over this side of the table and trying to use the 9 as a big blocker there, hoping that he can hook Jason. So let's have a go. So as we can see there, I've played it quite similar to what Shane did, and I've left the 4 where he can see it. Jason played a safe, not a great safe, so Shane really did deserve to get the advantage there.
Niels, this one, we all know Josh Villa is a very good attacking player, but this was a just brilliant safety. There's a lot of balls down there, and I'm just going to let you talk us through this one because it was one of the shots of day 2.
Yeah, cracking save from Josh. He's been working on a safety game. As we can see here, again, like the previous safety we saw with Shane, that sometimes the players use another ball to block the first object ball. So Joshua shooting this 5 ball, using the 8 to stop the speed of the 5, so the 5 stays down table, and then he's going full-blooded out, 1, 2, 3. He's trying to get behind the 6, but if you would ask him, this region would be good too, create a lot of distance. He's also opening those balls up, so it's an offensive shot created by defense. I'm gonna give it a few attempts. Let's see how this is gonna play.
I'm looking forward to this, Niels. We might be here a little while. Let's see.
That's not bad.
I'll tell you what, Niels.
Take that.
That is a pretty solid effort. It was a very tough shot, but you've nailed it there just as Josh did last night. That's all from us up here. Back to you, Michael.
So that's day 3 done. We cannot wait for the final night of the Mosconi Cup. Europe have had a great day on day 3. Can they take the title? We'll see you later on.